What's a video game you wish you could entirely forget playing so that you can play it through again? I'm old enough that I've already entirely forgotten playing through most of the games from my youth. I bet the memories will return if you played them. Oh wow. GOG has that game on special. Buys game, I can't wait to play this. Play game, I forgot how shit this was. Portal 2. I'll never forget my first time playing that game. I've never laughed so hard at the "this is the part where he kills you" joke, including the achievement trophy pop. Gladys, well, this is the part where he kills us. Chapter 9, the part where he kills you. Wheatley, hello. This is the part where I kill you. Achievement unlocked, the part where he kills you. BioShock. One of the best twist reveals in gaming, ever. Outer Wilds. The Return of the Obra Dinn. Fallout 3, exiting the vault for the first time. I know Fallout 3 is accused of having bad plot. I don't care, I love it. Red Dead Redemption 2. Subnautica, and Halo Reach. Remember Reach? Current objective, survive. That moment when you realized you had to die. Half-Life 2, I still replay it, but it just blew my mind the first time. I still freak out when I hear the poison head crab scream from Ravenholm. Terraria. Oh god, ignorance is bliss. It's difficult for me to not farm a favorite weapon, or to not speed toward the next set of armor now that I know so much about the game. I miss getting random drops that I never imagined could exist and seeing how awesome it was and how it's changed the game. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. Damn, that first time going to kill the Emperor. I feel the thrill just thinking about it. It was a bit anticlimactic for me because I used Wabbajack to turn the Emperor into a sweet roll so I could eat him, but good quest all the same. Let me guess, someone turned you into a sweet roll? The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. KOTOR, it's always KOTOR. If you know, you know. I don't want to talk about it. Muka Shaka Paka. #Achuda. Hollow Knight. Minecraft. I remember my square cobblestone houses, my siblings cave mining with me, and the joy of sharing resources to make something awesome. Now it's hard not to min-max the game. Same thing with Pokemon. I used to pick the Pokemon that has the best attack animation. Flamethrower in Generation 2. Shadow of the Colossus. RuneScape. But I'd also want to go back in time when nobody had any idea about efficiency and you kinda just winged it. Nothing more magical than that. Getting off school and going and doing weird bullshit. At some point I realized free players would do the most mind-numbingly boring shit for $0, and premium players didn't really. Probably kids versus adults. I would stand around that first chicken area and buy feathers for pennies on the dollar. Then, sell the feathers to members who were making arrows or something for a few doll hairs. I made a ducking killing. Little elementary school me was rebelling at home, having horrible school experiences, and getting home to be a chicken feather capitalist with a notebook for the best sellers and buyers of my chicken feathers. Monkey Island. Came here to post this. Monkey Island, Loom, Day of the Tentacle. I love these games. Ask me about Loom. FF7 or Wind Waker. Absolutely Subnautica. Such a terrific story, perfect music, immersive atmosphere, it's really a masterpiece. The original Pokemon Red. I think what made Pokemon so engrossing would require everyone everywhere to forget. The rumors, the trading, the lack of internet to figure everything out instantly. All of that was a big contributor in my eyes to what made that series blow up. Oh man, do you remember strategy guides? Do you remember playing the game of how fast can I finish this battle to save before my Game Boy Pocket runs out of battery? Ocarina of Time. Chrono Trigger. I remember the first time I played that on SNES. Absolutely blew my mind that you can traverse, for its time, a big world, had an awesome story, and then on top of that, had a new Game Plus option that allowed options for you to explore where you couldn't before earlier in the game, which changes the way you play the story, which results in multiple different endings depending on what you did throughout your playthrough. That was crazy to me at the time. I was about 7 to 8 then and currently 29, that a game could provide you with so much content and wasn't such a linear playthrough like most of the games I played back then. 2 other SNES classics I highly recommend if you haven't played them already are Lufia 2 and one of my all-time personal favorites, Illusion of Time Gaia. Its music still gives me chills to this day, even after recently replaying it last year, and story, gameplay, direction and atmosphere, I believe have aged extremely well to this day. Edit, grammar. Halo series, that was such a great part of my upbringing. Subnautica, the feeling of exploration when discovering a new area, a new recipe or a new wreck is unmatched. The feeling of dread when you set off with a fully loaded sub to go build a new outpost in the depths while you get spotted and attacked by a horrible sea creature, or when you take your sub out for a cruise with your newly equipped sonar and as you ping in a wide open pit your radar picks up a leviathan that are always too close for comfort. Brilliant game. Bloodborne. 100%. I'm at a point now where I can beat every boss within 2 attempts. I miss the fear of finding a new boss, and knowing I'm going to have to fight this ducker 50 times before I get gooed. I can't wait for Elden Ring, because I need my next Soulsborne fix. Dark Souls T. The genuine terror of moving forward in that game the first time you play it is second to none. I remember stumbling into the catacombs way too early and then never wanting to leave Firelink Shrine out of trauma. Nier Replicant. And Nier Automata. The 2 games that had me bawling my ducking eyes out when I reached the end of their stories. Morrowind. Silent Hill 2. Still my favorite video game of all time. I was tipped off to play it recklessly to aim for the bad ending but wasn't told why. I was very young at the time, so a lot of things went over my head, but the in-water ending hit deep. Damn. I grew up a little that day. I wish I could play it again with fresh eyes as an adult. Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Come. I wish I could experience the first night in Minecraft again. I wish I could go back to the time when you didn't have recipes and had to experiment to figure out how to craft things. I spent hours trying different combinations to see what the possibilities were. Going to have to say Zelda: A Link to the Past. It was my first game that I beat to completion and I'd like to have a first try again where my save file doesn't have 200 plus deaths. Plus I'm a sucker for 2D Zelda. Disco Elysium. Ori games, discovering the story and the music for the first time again would be amazing. Soma. The Batman Arkham series. Undertale. Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Nier Automata. Okami Someone? I paused my gaming life for around 4 years, played exclusively one online MMO and spent most of my time with my GF at the time. One of my last mind-blowing games in the 00-10 era. It was so poetic and unique. Hollow Knight. One Shot, Nier Automata, Red Dead Redemption 2, Persona 3, Bloodborne. Deus Ex, the original. Hollow Knight. Uncharted series. Jedi Fallen Order. I remember it was November and I was cold the whole time playing it, and being a Jedi and learning new Force abilities was amazing and would love to experience it again. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Subnautica. Without a doubt, that game has the best first-time player experience I've ever seen. Hollow Knight. Hands down. Minecraft, Dark Souls, Portal 2, Assassin's Creed 2. KOTOR. Undertale. Hollow Knight. Metroid Dread. Super Metroid. Wish I could get lost in each of those games again, discover new abilities, have those aha moments as I figure out where to go again. I had this happen with Ocarina of Time and Resident Evil 7. I remembered some small bits of them but not the whole thing. I had a brain surgery that removed part of my brain that stores memories. I was on Twitch watching speedruns when I saw Ocarina of Time. I remembered it was a good game, but as I was watching this guy play I couldn't remember the temple he was on. So I looked at other people playing and didn't remember a shitload. So I went to the garage and pulled out my old N64. Played through it in 2 days. For Resident Evil 7 I went out and got a VR setup and tried that. Couldn't really do that one though. The VR headset was too much on my head. So I just played it the normal way. Really fun though, lol.